council this evening, and we'll meet again, not in 2 weeks, because it's a holiday, a day after on Tuesday. Health, Safety, and Sanitation, Mr. Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting scheduled, nothing to report.
Public Properties, Mr. Shields.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting scheduled, no report this evening.
Special Legislation, Mr. Rose.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting scheduled and nothing to report.
Streets and Sidewalks, Ms. Hare.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no meeting scheduled and nothing to report. However, I've been getting some comments from constituents about our busy roads, and I would like to work with our clerk of courts and committee members and administration to set up a meeting in the near future to talk about some of those issues. Thank you.
Thank you. Water and Utilities, Mr. Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting scheduled and nothing to report.
Emerging Technologies, Mrs. DeSalvo.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting scheduled yet, but there will be one coming up in October where we are going to be reviewing the launch for the new city website, I believe.
Thank you. All right, requests for council action. We have several for the Finance Committee. We have 25-181, zoning map amendment for professional building. 25-182, resolution of support, Medina County Park District proposed levy. 25-183, electric aggregation program. 25-184, expenditure for Lake County Sewer Company, Street Department. 25-185, 2026 bid, material bids. 25-186, bids for job number 1160 Blake Avenue reconstruction. 25-187, MOU with Medina County Job 1160 Blake Avenue reconstruction. 25-188, preliminary agreement with Wing and Lake Erie Railroad Blake Avenue. 25-189, amend ordinance 9725, bids for job number 1151 US 42 resurfacing. And 25-190, accept easements for 549 South Court Street. Reports of municipal officers. Mayor Hamel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to start with wishing happy anniversary to Pat and Kathy Patton. They chose to spend their anniversary
My life story.
with us here this evening, and we're glad to have them here.
Take her on a date.
The upcoming square events, Farmers Market's going to be wrapping up. There's another one on this coming Saturday, September 27th, and then the last one, October 4th. The annual Suicide Prevention Walk by Alternative Paths was yesterday from noon to 3:30, and they seem to have a good crowd for that. American Cancer Society Lights of Hope is coming up on September 26th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Medina Fall Festival is Saturday, September 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Scouting America is having an outdoor cooking expo on the square September 28th from noon to 3 p.m. And last but not least, Main Street Medina Cars and Coffee is October 12th from 8 a.m. till noon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Durham, Director of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't have anything.
Thank you. Mr. Huber, Law Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Thank you. Chief Kinney, Police Department.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Mr. Bercoli, Service Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Real quick, congratulations to Pat and Kathy, 35 years. Kathy, you're a heck of a gal. 35 years. So our city auction is Saturday, October 25th at the City Garage. That's at 781 West Smith Road. Starts at 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock is preview. And everybody's favorite, the leaf program. We're not sure at this point, depending on how the leaves fall, possibly the second week of October, October 13th. Maybe the week after, it just depends. There'll be more information forthcoming. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gladys, Building Official.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Thank you, Mr. Worley, Parks and Recreation Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report this evening.
Mr. Patton, City Engineer.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just wanted to touch on our water line project we just completed on West Liberty, South Elmwood, West Washington. It's substantially complete. I'd like to thank everyone for their cooperation. One remaining item to be completed is the pavement markings. We expect those to be installed within the next week or two, weather permitting.
Thank you. Chief Walters, Fire Department.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Mr. Dutton, Planning Community Development Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. The city is seeking an individual to join the Board of Zoning Appeals as an alternate member. The board, made up entirely of Medina City residents, plays a crucial role in reviewing applications for variances in zoning appeals. For more information and to make an application by Friday, October 3rd, please go to medinaoh.org/city-hall/planning-zoning. Thank you.
Thank you. Notices, communications, petitions, there are none. There's no unfinished business. Introduction of visitors. Members of the public will be permitted the opportunity to speak on any issue or concern which pertains to the city during the portion of the council agenda devoted to introduction of visitors. All comments shall be directed to the chair, and a reasonable time of approximately 5 minutes will be imposed. If there's a group, please appoint a spokesperson. Speakers should approach the rear microphone and state their name and address so it can be entered into the minutes. Members of the public will be afforded the opportunity to comment on other portions of the meeting as determined by the chair or by a vote of the majority of council members present. Is there anybody that wishes to address council at this time? Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Andrew West. I live at 661 West Sturbridge. I've been a Medina City resident for over 25 years, and just for full disclosure, I am on the current Medina City School Board, but that's not why I'm here. Every morning when I go to work, I drive past AI Route and go up Court Street, and I've seen it for a long time. I see a lot of people, my boys went to Route, walked to school. I see a lot of kids walking to school. I'm very cognizant when I'm driving to make sure I'm watching for the kids because they don't watch for the cars. But I see a lot of cars blowing stop signs. 3 times in the last 8 weeks, I've stopped at Sturbridge and Route 3, and 3 times I've seen large semi-trucks literally go through a red light, and it's not close. It's my light turns green, and I wait 3 or 4 seconds, and then a truck goes through. I worry about our kids. If my boys were still young, I'd be worrying about them. I know it's tough. You can only stop people if you see them. I get it. I'm just hoping that there's something that the city can do, maybe taking a hard look at it. I don't know. I'm just, bringing this. I see this every morning. It's not a rare occurrence. It's frequently. I talk to neighbors. We see it in our neighborhoods all over. And in fact, walking up to the building this evening, a car out here came up to the stop sign, slowed down a little bit, and went right through the stop sign. Never stopped, just blew through it. I'm concerned for our kids, especially in the morning and the afternoon. The other thing I've seen a lot of is, and I don't know what the laws are, but the electric scooters, bikes that are on the road. I've literally seen kids going up and down Sturbridge well in excess of the speed limit. And one evening I watched a young man go up the street, pull a wheelie, go ride the wheelie all the way up the street. He came back, he did it a second time, and he did it a third time. I'm not the only one that has seen that. So I'm hoping that there's something that you guys can maybe start looking at. I don't know what that answer is. I get it. But, I just don't want somebody to get hurt.
Well, yeah, thank you. And I guess, Chief Kenny, can you just reiterate again the policy of the electric scooters and electric bikes again? So I know you did that last meeting, just so everybody's aware again of what the rules are.
I did. There's the e-bikes. Most people are complaining about the e-bikes being on the sidewalks. And really, that's the only regulation that we have, that the e-bikes are not allowed to be on the sidewalk if they're on electric power.
Correct.
So they can only pedal. It has to be human power, and they're allowed on the sidewalks, just like a regular bicycle. They're allowed to operate the bikes on the roadway under electric power, but they also have to follow all the rules of the road.
Yeah, and I knew that. I've seen, and they're obviously young kids, and they are going a bat out of hell and not wearing helmets. I don't know if that's part of the law or not. But what was really concerning was watching the kid pull a wheelie and ride all the way up Sturbridge to the next intersection, and he came back about 5 minutes later and did it the second time. Now I get it, and if you see him, I'm sure you guys will stop him.
Mm-hmm.
I just happened to see it. My part of Sturbridge, I'm almost off of Ryan. it's a speeding, people speed through there all the time, and the kids are doing it too. So I've seen it enough. I just wanted to come tonight to talk to you guys. You know, maybe there's something you guys can do or look at. If not, I get it. Just wanted to come and say that. So, but I do see that in the morning, especially around Route, at all the stop signs, I see people blowing the stop signs, blowing the red lights. At Sturbridge and Route 3, I literally, one morning was going to go turn green. I waited about 3 seconds and a semi truck went all the way through the intersection. If I'd have gone, I would have gotten T-boned. I probably would have been dead. So I'm very cognizant of that, and it wasn't even close. I get it if it was close, but this wasn't close. So anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. That's what I've observed.
Well, thank you for the information. Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to address council this evening? Yes.
Good evening, council. Brian Dreiss, 1246 Ty Drive in the city. I just wanted to speak tonight briefly on September 11th of this year. 2 young women from the city decided that they were compelled to honor someone that kind of shaped their political beliefs. Initially, these 2 thought that this would be a small little gathering on the square, maybe a couple dozen people would show up. Through positive use of social media, it grew quite a bit. So I want to just take a moment and thank Mayor Hanwell for his guidance in helping these 2 organize this event. A special shout out to Chief Kinney for being there, providing some additional eyes on the crowd. And most importantly, I think I want to thank the people who may not have agreed with that message, but either chose not to come or chose to protest peacefully and silently, because according to the reports that I got, there were over 6,000 people at the square on the 14th, and there were no issues reported. I think the city of Medina really needs to be very proud of itself, whether you believe what we believe or not. I think that the city needs to be very proud of itself. It set an example on that night. And quite frankly, I believe that this is what the Founding Fathers meant when they enumerated free speech as one of the first in the Bill of Rights. That's really all I had to say, is I just think the city needs to be proud of itself. Thank you to Mayor Hanwell, Chief Kinney, and his team for providing some guidance and support. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to address council this evening? Okay. Introduction and considerations of ordinances and resolutions. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings on the following ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance 15325, 15425, 15525, 15625, and Resolution 15725.
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings of tonight's ordinances and resolutions.
Second?
Any discussion on a motion to suspend the rules? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Simmons.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
DeSalvo.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Ordinance 15325, an ordinance authorizing the expenditure of $5,000 to Medina County Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, SPCA, for the Medina Meow Fix, Trap, Neuter, and Release Program.
Move to approve as updated.
Second?
Discussion? Mr. Rose?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This, again, is something that the SPCA is more than willing to work with Meowfix to help reduce the cat population in town, if you will. And they did set some parameters this time around, and Kathy did update the ordinance to include those parameters, so thank you very much. And I think this is going to be, after seeing some of those charts, I think this will be money well spent.
Yes, this program was in existence for 2 years prior with the same amount of contribution from the city of Medina, and I believe it was quite successful in catching, neutering, and releasing the feral cats in our community. and it is making an impact. Again, it just takes time, because as we do the process, more people seem to let their cats out, and it causes more issues, but I think we're trying to get ahead of it, and I think it's been working well, and I think this is money well spent, as you said, Mr. Rose, to continue this process. Anybody else have any questions? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
DeSalvo.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Ordinance 153-25 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 15425, ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a task order number 2 to the agreement with Delta Airport Consultants, Inc. for professional services at the Medina Municipal Airport relative to the airport DBE program and goal.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Who's this? Mr. Patton?
Yeah, thank you. We utilize FAA funds for a lot of projects at the airport. The FAA has a requirement that we have to update our DBE program every 3 years. This is what this request is about. I would note the FAA does pay 95% of the cost of this report, this update.
Thank you. Any further questions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Coin.
Yes.
DeSalvo.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Ordinance 154-25 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 15525, ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept 2 temporary easements necessary for the Prospect Street Bridge project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President.
Mr. Shields?
The emergency clause has been requested. I move to add at this time.
My second includes emergency clause.
Discussion on emergency clause and ordinance. Mr. Patton?
Thank you. We need a total of 4 easements to complete the Prospect Street Bridge project. We've already acquired 2, so these are the remaining 2. We're requesting the emergency clause because these council previously passed the appraisal, and these people have signed, and we'd like to get this recorded as soon as possible.
Any further discussion? Clerk, please call the roll on the adoption of the emergency clause.
DeSalvo.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance.
Hare.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
DeSalvo.
Yes.
Ordinance 155-25 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 15625, ordinance authorizing the purchase of 1 2025 Ford F-150 pickup truck and 1 2026 Ford F-250 crew cab pickup from Montrose Ford to be used by the street department.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Pacoli.
Thank you, Mr. President. The F-150 will be replacing a 2008 GMC 1500, and the F-250, which is a 3/4 ton, will be replacing a 2011 GMC, and that'll be used for plowing and snow and ice events.
Any further discussion? Clerk, please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
DeSalvo.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Ordinance 156-25 passes 7-0.
Resolution 15725, a resolution accepting the donation of a universal changing table from Foundations Worldwide, Inc., and signage donation from the Medina County Board of Development Disabilities for the Medina Community Recreation Center.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Worley.
Thank you, Mr. President. Earlier this year, the Rec Center had some discussions with Medina County Board of Developmental Disabilities about putting in an adult changing table in one of our family changing rooms at the Rec Center. Recently, Foundations Worldwide graciously donated, or contacted us, was interested in donating a changing table valued at $10,500. Medina County Board of Developmental Disabilities is going to provide the signage for that. And collaboratively with the Medina City Schools maintenance team, we're going to get that installed in a family changing room to improve accessibility.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Mr. President.
Mr. Shields?
I just wanted to thank the Rec Center for taking the lead on this. And I mean, it's a really very generous gift and a great collaboration between the Rec Center, the Board of Developmental Disabilities, as well as Foundations located here to donate this. And then we know from the MRDD that at our Art in the Park and our different things with their mobile changing station, how much of a need there is. So this is just a great collaboration, a lot of people coming together, and I appreciate the Rec Center taking the lead on it and that we were able to have somebody so generously donate it.
Any other questions? Clerk, please call roll on the adoption of the resolution.
Shields.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
DeSalvo.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Resolution 157-25 passes 7-0.
Council comments. Mr. Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, I'm going to get on my bully pulpit and talk about being kind to one another. There's so many things. I mean, there's not a day that goes by that we don't hear on the local news, national news, or read in the newspapers. I don't pay much attention to the social media, the internet and Facebook and those type of things. But I think as a society, we need to demand, at least from our elected officials, starting at the federal government, state government, and our local government. And I don't know, and believe me, I don't notice this from our local government, but sometimes at the state and definitely at the federal level, they feel it's okay to talk poorly about people. And I think as Americans that we should ask better of our elected representatives. So just try to enforce being kind to one another. It's an easy thing to do. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Ms. Hare?
I'm going to touch on what Denny has just said, but I want to preface what I'm going to read by saying I don't like to be political at the end of council meetings. I like to keep things informative and light, but I now feel compelled, in light of what is going on in our society, to say the following. And I have a tendency to write things down because I don't want to miss anything. And so I'm going to read something that I put together today. There's a lot of ugliness going on in our country right now that continues to divide us as a nation. That divisiveness, unfortunately, is everywhere, from our big cities to our local neighborhoods, and I'm sad to say sometimes it includes our city of Medina. And that hot topic of concern at the moment is free speech. As many of you know, I'm running for re-election to keep my Ward 3 council seat, and I have signs in my yard, but not only for my race, but for others as well. Last night, half of those yard signs were taken down, damaged, and even destroyed. I'd like to say this was the first time that this has happened in my yard, but it is not, and it's not the second time that this has happened. Whoever's doing this, please stop. I took a vow as a council member to uphold the United States Constitution, which I respect and believe in, and I absolutely believe in free speech for everyone. It should not be acceptable in our country to have the mentality of free speech for me, but not for thee. As a result of last night's activities, I will be getting security cameras for my property, something that I never thought I would have to do in this community. As a society, we need to do better. We need to be better. Let's stop the hypocrisy, the hatred, and the violence, and let's be kind and respectful to others, even if they don't agree with us. Let's protect and support the Constitution and everyone's peaceful right to free speech. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Elmo?
Okay, so I'm going to lighten it up just a little bit. Mr. West, I completely understand your frustration. I live on the other side of Route 57, and the motor scooters that are on the street that do not follow the same traffic regulations that we all have to follow concern me a lot too. Because if I know there's a gentleman who rides his scooter with his backpack on there down the street, down Guilford, I stop at the stop signs. If I'm not paying attention and I turn right and he's blowing through that stop sign, he's going to run into my car, and I'm going to be the one at fault. So I completely understand your concerns, and I'm sure we're going to all do our best to make sure we're looking out for our students as they're walking to school. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rose?
Thank you. Reggie, I agree. We need to cool the rhetoric. The political signs on the yard, anybody drive by my house, the people who drive by my house, they do it for one of two reasons: to see who to vote for or who not to vote for, depending on which side you're on. But nobody messes my signs, and I honestly disagree 100% with destroying anybody's signs. I don't care who you are. That is a right to support who you wish. And the rhetoric from Washington, especially from a few individuals who like to hear themselves talk, I firmly believe is a contributing factor to Charlie Kirk's death. And that should never, ever, ever be. And how prophetic No, that's the wrong choice of words, but, you know, to think that 36 hours after I said that we need to get prayer back in school, Charlie Kirk was dead for doing just that. You know, people are just not, they're no longer being nurtured the way they should be to be able to make those decisions for themselves later on in life. And we need to get back to those basics. Respect, responsibility, reading, writing, arithmetic, none of this other bullamoot until you get out 18 and on your own. And for those parents who are a little concerned, there's a school that maybe you can look into if you don't think your kids are getting the right foundation to be able to make those decisions later on. There's Northeast Ohio Classical Academy. Look into it. It's at 137 Heritage Woods Drive in Copley. It's a it's a tuition-free charter school. Maybe we need to get some competition with the schools so that those kids who want to have that foundation will go to those schools, and maybe we can elevate the public schools to this level of responsibility and accountability for their actions. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? All right, with that, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.